This was the state of the house when the landlord said it was ready to move in. Hey everyone, I'm in this house. First look, it looks really nice. It used to be an old school and they turned it into all these lofts. However, if you take a close look, it's really gross, like really gross. So the new owners hired me to clean it all up in one day. It's gonna be a challenge, but I like challenges. Okay, let me show you around. So a little backstory. When the new tenants got the keys to this unit, they were told it was move-in ready. However, when they entered the apartment, they immediately saw that it wasn't, so they called the landlord. Then he had cleaners come in, and this is how they left it. They didn't do anything. I got so scared by that sound. I was about to start when the doorbell rang. And I was like, who's that? I'm not expecting anyone. And then it was the landlord or somebody from that company. And he wanted to take pictures to see that the cleaners didn't do their job. So I let him in. I let him take pictures. He was really surprised to see me. I told him, look, new tenants were done dealing with the cleaners that this company was sending. So they know me from TikTok. So they asked me. And they know that I do a good job. So he said, of course, keep doing what you're doing. Clean the apartment because you're here already, and then we'll reimburse the new tenants. So I hope they actually did that because I still send my invoice to the new tenants, and she said she would take care of it, but she was already really, really grateful that I came. The last tenant left like his pillows, his bedding. It smelled really bad. It was all yellow and stained. I got the order to immediately throw it out, and I would have done that too if I were them. What's underneath this bed? How could these cleaners miss this? They didn't do anything in here, like no effort. They did not care at all. That's shameful. Like honestly, I sometimes wonder, how do people still have a job when they give this little fucks about it? I myself am quite the opposite. I am such a perfectionist in my job. Look, the cleaners only cleaned the glass to make it look like it was clean, but look at this toilet, look at the shower, it was gross, and I still did a deep clean of everything with my HG toilet gel and my Blue Wonder lime skill remover. I think I cleaned for 10 hours and I have 10 hours of footage that I had to edit. And whenever I'm editing, 80% of the time, it's just me jiggling my butt in frame. I wanted to show you like literally 80% of when I'm editing, I'm just cutting out footage of my butt. So I wanted to keep that in for you guys. That's funny. I should post that on a different channel if you guys are interested. No, I would never. I would make a lot more money though. Anyway, back to business. I'm just cleaning this toilet. You guys know the drill. I use my toothbrush. I use the pumice stone because there was a lot of urine scale, like always. Then I wipe it down, not with a microfiber, and then I go over it with a disinfecting towel one more time. Yeah, that was disgusting, that toilet. But guys, honestly, whenever you get the keys to your new apartment and you want to move in and you're being told it's move-in ready, and this is what you see, I would be so annoyed. Like, I've moved quite a few times in my life. I mean, I lived in LA for 4 years, and in those 4 years, I moved 4 times. And I would always do like a little deep clean before I move. But then it was already cleaned by a company. I would just clean it one more time before I move in. But that wasn't the case here. This tenant just moved out, took his things, and that was it. And then they gave the keys to the next tenant. Actually, the guy from the landlord company that took pictures told me that a businessman lived there by himself. Man in his 50s, successful. I was like, huh, I didn't get that vibe. But that shows again that you can never judge a book by its cover. Anyway, I'm going to make this video into a part 2 because I have 10 hours of footage and I could never fit that into a 4-minute video. So stay tuned for part 2 with the end result, the dining area, the kitchen, etc. Bye!